Hi, I'm Annie Botticelli, and this is the Storyteller Forecast for Aries for December 2016. Go to my website, anniehelpsyou.com, see what's new on my blog, and if you would love to be a coach and have a bustling online business helping people, check out my coach certification and online business course. There might still be some slots left depending on when you're watching this. So what's going on in December for Aries in general? December is a wonderful month that carries all that beautiful energy that we had in November over for the entire month of December. Then the retrograde energies start to creep in and start this long-term phase of retrogrades that goes into May 2017. All of this I will get into more details about. But first I want to give you something specific for Aries. I'm calling the theme of this month for Aries the need to lead. Let's face it, as Aries placements, whether we have Sun in Aries, Moon in Aries, Aries rising, I have Aries rising, we are good at leading people, and we're very good at telling people what to do. If you find that in general, the Aries descriptions or these traits or the Aries horoscopes don't resonate with you, there could be one of a couple of things going on. One is that you might just have your Sun in Aries and no other planets in Aries, other planets in like Pisces or Taurus that change the energy and dilute the energy. I've seen this happen very often. So if you can get a hold of your chart by doing a free birth chart, you might have some eye-opening awarenesses from looking to see how much more of another sign that sort of dilutes that Aries that you have. Or you could be an early Aries and lean more towards the Pisces end of things, or a late Aries and lean more towards the Taurus end of things. But if you're not in one of those situations, then you will be very good at telling people what to do. And this month, there is a massive amount of energy in the 10th house. The 10th house is your place in the world. It's what you are here to do. It's your mission out in the world. It is you leading people, you and authority figures, your relationship with father figures, you as an authority figure. So there will be lots of opportunity for recognition, lots of opportunity for work advancement, lots of opportunity for clarity, pieces coming in, very likely pieces from the past, people from the past, because December has this overtone of retrograde energy. If you have to launch something, try to do it by December 3rd. If you're watching this before December, I always post these at least a month early so that you can do that. The launch energy is great from around October 30th through December 3rd. If you've got something you want to bring out into the world, push forward, take decisive action, make big decisions, that's the time to do it. Then after December 3rd, we move into this retrograde that spans, like I said, into May 2017. So this is a wonderful time for you to rectify authority issues. This is a wonderful time for you to get more clear about how your gift for telling people what to do can help you and others in a bigger way. And there also might need to be some of this fire energy that's managed this month, because as the retrograde energies pull back, Aries energy doesn't really deal well with delays, obstacles, people driving slow in front of them, having to wait for retrogrades to get a whole bunch of stuff done, right? So there's a couple of things I want to recommend. One is a Bach flower remedy, which is B-A-C-H flower remedy. You can get these online on Amazon. You can get these in health food stores. They're flower essence drops that you put into your water or under your tongue. And the one for Aries, this is not just this month, but for always, is vervain, V-E-R-V-A-I-N. People who are over achievers, over focused on forward movement, have the need for speed, the need to lead, all of this energy where it gets to be too much and needs to be toned down, the vervain can help you to chill out. And one of the best ways you're going to create the things you're trying to create over the months to come, starting in December, is by leaning back, laying back more, and working in the backdrop and not hastily pushing things forward, but working behind the scenes to launch things at a later date when the energies become good again. So another couple of things that can help with that are simple magnesium. An ionic version of magnesium is more easily absorbed. This can help you relax more. This can help you sleep better. And then also L-theanine, L-theanine. It's an amino acid. It's like the chill out amino acid. Now, of course, I'm not a doctor. You have to make sure all these things are appropriate for you in your situation. But as a person with Aries rising, I can tell you that I use all of these regularly. And I would have a very hard time managing my energy if I didn't. So I wanted to extend that to you. Another key point for this month is to try to do your holiday shopping by December 3rd. This December 3rd is a magical time because it's kind of when even though there are beautiful aspects throughout the month, and very soon I will list the days that are good days and the ones that are challenging days so that you have a better understanding of those. But December 3rd is the last good aspect before Mercury starts taking a hold, so that energy is like the tide starts coming in. That's the best way to describe it. So if you're like putting little leaf boats out and the tide is taking them out, and that's fun, or little lighted, candle things, the tide's taking them out. After December 3rd, the tide starts coming in. So you can't really set things out afloat because they're just going to come back to you and you're going to be like, why are these things coming back to me? So it's a time to go inward and downward. So these are the things that were specific for Aries placements. And now I want to go into more details about the good dates, the December in the scheme of this retrograde time that we're standing at the edge of. So I'm calling the month of December, the general theme of the month of December that will hold true for all signs, gifts from the past. That sweetness that covered November moves into December. We've got so many sweet aspects in the month of December. It's very exciting. So the difference between November and December, since there's a lot of sweetness in both, is that November up until around December 3rd is completely clear for new launches, bringing things out into the world, making big decisions, taking decisive action, anything new, establishing birth dates for important things like establishing LLCs, getting domain names, anything that you would want to do that has an imprint of something new and moving forward. November has all of that sweetness that is geared towards these launches. However, December, starting after December 3rd, the Mercury retrograde shadow energy starts to seep in, and it begins this very long-term theme through the end of May of 2017 of moving backwards, trying things on, looking back to the past, studying, researching, planning, getting things ready in the backdrop, studying to push forward at the end of May, June, July of 2017. So I call this month Gifts from the Past because there's a good chance that a lot of things to help you move forward are going to come from the past, but there are a couple of things to keep in mind. The first thing to keep in mind is that a lot of the transits that are occurring that are so sweet in the month of December involve 60-degree angles. And 60-degree angles are ones that want you to take some action in order to get the rewards. Some aspects like trines, you don't necessarily have to do anything and it kind of just can bring things. And while the 60-degree angle can also just bring something, in order to fully activate the potential, you have to do something with it. So there is action requested throughout the month, but we have to remember two important points. The first is that since this retrograde energy is starting to come in, it's important to not work too hard or push too hard for certain outcomes. It's okay for you to be busy in the backdrop. It's okay for you to be looking forward to a goal out into the future, but trying to get too much done or out in the month of December, there will be roadblocks and you'll have energy that's kind of pushing you back, kind of like the tide. If you're trying to get a boat out and the tide is coming in, you'll start to feel the energy of the tide coming in December, and it will stay in for quite a while. So the second thing to remember is to understand the short-term nature of the transit. And that is true from December all the way through the end of May of 2017. So it doesn't mean you can't do anything for this 6 months. We saw very similar energy last year moving into January through the summer of 2016 because we had Mars retrograde. When we have a succession of personal planets in retrograde, the energy is just sort of not wanting your final product to be pushed out at that time, but you can make plenty of headway. It's just kind of going back and in. So, as I mentioned before, like studying, researching, planning, organizing, experimenting, trying things on, moving along a continuum that you've already started. So, let's say you launched a blog in November. Blogging throughout December through all these retrograde planets through May is totally fine. You just want your launch of your blog to occur in the good launch time. If you can't launch because you've missed the opportunity to do that, it doesn't mean you can't be working on activating your goal. Now, we'll use the blogging as an example there. Let's say you have this idea for this blog, but you didn't launch it in good stars, but you're excited to get going on it. The best way to handle that is to write your articles, but don't publish them. Get really clear on the direction of your blog and just do all of this work in the backdrop. And then when the stars are good again, next summer or winter for our friends down under, then you can take all the stuff you've done and just post it and push it out. So that's a really good example of what we're trying to do here. A time to try things on. So besides a little bit of challenge in the middle of the month and kind of an overtone of a challenging transit, the rest of the month is super sweet. So for those in the United States or whoever else has holidays at the end of the month, there are beautiful holiday transits all through the end of December. And then at the same time, there's this concurrent theme of Jupiter in Libra opposing Uranus in Aries. So what we need to know about that is that this energy doesn't come together very often. It happens once every 14 years or so. So the theme is necessary change to bring about expansion. Lately, I've been seeing the woodpecker. I always look for the messages that the plants and the animals and whatever else has for me. And this theme of the woodpecker is coming up really strong as I was planning to do these horoscopes. I saw woodpeckers or heard woodpeckers several times in my organizing process for the horoscope. So I feel like it's relevant here. The woodpecker in the Animal Tarot deck that Ted Andrews put together, which I love all of his work, talks about doing things in new and unique ways that are specific to your way of moving in the world. When the woodpecker shows up or this transit shows up, that will be a theme in December. It's a challenging theme, but it's happening at the same time as all these other sweet aspects. It's demanding that you figure out how you can do what has to be done in your own unique way. So you might have to break with tradition by using wisdom from the past or intuitive understandings. Some other things that are helpful for this transit are utilizing group connections. The energy really wants this connecting with other people. So Uranus rules the internet and it also rules social interactions. So there are many people that have this gap between where they are and where they want to be. And what will fill that gap in is connecting with other people and being part of a group of like-minded people where they can get support, etc. So that's one other way. Something else that is a major theme for this transit is befriending the internet. And if you've already befriended the internet, getting to know more about it and how it can serve your purposes. And that's part of what this clash is about, Many people really need the internet to do what they really want to do, but they're afraid, as you should be cautious, and it's important to be educated. But at the same time, you have to push through that resistance. And this theme of this transit is very much about pushing through resistance. So I'm going to give you the great dates in this month of December. And please note that every date that I give you, you can always have the potential to feel the energy of that transit before or after the actual transit. Okay. And also, if you would like to see why these transits are good and get more information about the month ahead for your planning purposes, definitely sign up for my free email newsletter on my website, anniehelpsyou.com. You get free gifts and you get my newsletter that comes a month early before the upcoming month so that you get more details than I give in the horoscopes about the certain dates and why they're good or why they're challenging. So the good dates for December are the 1st and 3rd. Those are your last good days for launches. 6th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. 13th, 24th, 25th, 27th, 28th, and 30th. The challenging dates, and some of them are the same, there are other challenging aspects happening on some of these good dates, are, okay, so the challenging dates, 10, 13, 19, 26th, and 28th. Okay, so definitely go to my website, see what's new on my blog, anniehelpsyou.com. If you would love to be a coach and help other people with anything in their lives, spiritual coaching, intuitive coaching, life coaching, abundance coaching, wellness coaching, relationship coaching, diet, wellness coaching, you will love my new coach certification course. And there might still be room if you check on the website. This also includes my online business course to help you to do your coaching online. So check it out on my website, anniehelpsyou.com. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I will see you next year. Bye.